Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to Project Wingman. And today we're going to answer the question, what if Sicario had an aircraft carrier? Answer is, not much would change, just the aircraft we could actually use. But welcome, Sovereign. You are indeed first. So we're going to go ahead and do a new campaign. We're going to do it on normal, but we will use modifiers such as ace training and botch track position, because why not? So, we're doing Project Wingman for a while to basically put some space between the Master Chief Collection and Halo Wars. I made the decision to do Halo Wars on the PC instead of the Xbox, largely because I don't want to stream off my Xbox because of audio reasons.
Our contract with this backwater place is just about to come to an end.
But
well,
one thing that
thank God. I don't mind a tropical vacation every once in a while, but it's not very glamorous, considering we're here to work.
Well, it's an RTS.
Anyway, one last thing before the defense minister releases our contract, and we move on to bigger,
probably be better on PC.
Hitman team, you haven't gotten all that much airtime this deployment.
Hello, Ross.
So you're taking point with this operation.
The thing is,
we have confirmed the location of the
Halo
Burlock
Wars
Privateer headquarters off the coast on the southwestern edge of the Jesta Island chain.
Halo Wars
They're a mercenary
2
group
is
like
not.
us who unfortunately
I have
have
to
turned
get
out
that
right
through
piracy.
Microsoft.
According to surveillance data, we have determined that they are the culprit of the recent high-profile hijacking of the Federation-registered cargo ship May Lynx. The May Lynx is supposedly carrying volatile cargo belonging to the Federation's Department of Global Energy and Sustainability Office. Nothing
really
specific from the Federation contact about the cargo. However, our orders are to retrieve it if possible, or to neutralize it if we can't. Attempts to negotiate for it have turned up with nothing, so we're going in. Hitman team, you are to approach the island from the south along with support and establish control over the area. Your objective is to eliminate any surrounding anti-air and resistance on the island. After that, secure an LZ for our operator group Ronin to ascertain the cargo. Once Ronin lands, maintain air superiority until the next stage of the operation is determined. Be aware that the Burlocks have other Merc pilots on tap, so enemy reinforcements could be a factor.
Normally, we'd stay out of contact with any Federation-adjacent taskings. But this is the last thing we need to do for our current contract, so I'll let it slide. 2 birds with 1 stone. Easy enough, right? Now get to work. Dismissed.
Okay. Okay, so as always, I've developed a list of aircraft that we can actually use. We need to stop the bombing, run the Brigade mission, Brigade mission, except in reverse. Yeah! We're the bombers now. So, for this run, we have 5 aircraft we can actually choose from. Now you might think, well, why not 7? Because clearly the F4 was a Navy aircraft. Well, this is the FE4, which means it's based on the F4E, which is not a carrier aircraft. So I'm sorry, Phantom lovers. No dice. So the aircraft that are available to us, starting off, surprisingly, the SK-25U. I didn't think this was a thing, but as I was researching, yeah. The SU-25U model was in fact a naval variant. Yes, it's Scarface. I've downloaded so many skin mods from Nexus. I'm not sure whose this was, but a lot of Soviet pictures meant to be fielded on the carrier that was. Yeah, it's because the Soviets never built or figured out how to build a proper carrier. Yeah, thanks to the recent revelations of how well the Russian Bear is doing in war, I'm gonna be dunking on Russian stuff for a while, just hardware in general. So yeah, we have the SK-25U. Obviously, the FD-14, the one of the greatest naval interceptors of all time. This is basically the Phantom if designed properly. So yeah, we will be seeing a lot of the Tomcat. Then we got the Harrier, the Accipiter, but the Harrier is in fact a carrier aircraft, the British. So we'll be seeing this do a lot. Hangar 1 music from Ace 5 is totally not wrapping your head. Design properly, Boeing's best appreciates that. The Tomcat was grubbing. Are you referring to the Hornet? Because yeah, the Super Hornet is Boeing property now. Okay. And then speaking of the Hornet, we've got the FE-18 Super Hornet. Since two-seaters actually mean something in this game, it would have been nice if we had more and better two-seaters. But like the Strike Eagle. But yeah, Boeing being in control of both the Hornet and the Eagle now, I'm not exactly encouraged by that. And then our final naval aircraft, while it never actually says it is a naval aircraft in game and in universe, going strictly by what it's inspired by, the Nosferatu PW Mark I. My reasoning is this thing is inspired directly from A6's CFA 44 Nosferatu. And for those of you who don't know, the C in CFA 44 stands for carrier. Carrier Fighter Attack. It was a CFA 44 and oh. Yeah, no, this thing's a beast. In some ways, it actually outshines the Nosferatu, because the Nosferatu can actually equip its ADMM and its railgun at the same time. However, the Nosferatu isn't a flying nuclear reactor ready to blow. So, you win some, you lose some. But anyway, it's way too early in the game to be bringing up this beast. So for Black Flag, we're actually going to be bringing out the Tomcat. We're going to have... And since this is not the cannon... well, it's technically not a nuclear reactor, it's a Cordium engine. Sorry, Starscream, you're not forced. That's Sovereign. Fight it out with her. Well, welcome to Strip. But since it's not a cannon run, I'm gonna load this baby up with weapons. God's mission level. This game, last game. Oh God. Cold War. Fun. All right, now let's go over the skins we've got from this. We've got. I replaced the Monarch skin with the War Dog skin because I like it better. And then we've got the Federation Blue, Cascadian Green. Then we've got the A-Cat Rosgrees, the D-Cat Rosgrees, Schnee, and the Rogue Totally Not Iran Nation from Top Gun Mag. I can down. Yeah! Starscream, it's called being on the PC. You still need to see Top Gun Maverick. Yeah. Top Gun Maverick's great. Use you. Project Wingman was originally a PC game, Starscream. You should know this. Yeah, we're gonna go with this skin. PC when it came out. PC. Now I get it. I played the Xbox version first, so I totally understand that. But when I got a PC that was able to play games.
This is the ever-lovely Airborne Running and Control Systems aircraft Galaxy. Hitman team, get on the clock.
Hitman 3, comic punching in.
Hitman 2, copy you clear, Galaxy. You gonna let us loose? Just about, Diplomat. Hitman 1, take your flight on this vector till you start to see targets on the IFF. You are free to engage. Lead the way, Monarch.
Sometimes we.
Hey, Monarch, how about we watch this mission? I wouldn't mind staying a few more days.
I mean, I didn't think
I
Dip.
have you on record saying that, Prez.
And
Hitman 1, Monarch and Prez, ready to roll.
okay, hold on. What do you mean the Phantom and Tomcat? Are there other Sicario aircraft besides us, Dip, and Mick?
All caught, engaged. Rack them up and knock them down.
No.
Get the speedboats rolling. We have attackers inbound.
Now I gotta see if I can play. Because I didn't actually pay attention. Oh yeah, there they are. I mean... I'd probably end up having an Ace Combat emote or a Project Wingman emote. I just had to figure out what character.
Monarch Box 3. Monarch with a shot.
Don't remind me, Starscream. I know I'm old. I don't want to remember how.
Copy all. Drop the rope and get it out real quick. Looks like everyone's scattering.
Yeah, apparently Ace Combat X was released 18 years ago. Let's see here. No, but 18 years ago, I had graduated high school. I'm pretty sure. 20, 24, minus 15. 2006. So I would have been a senior in high school. Junior, senior, depending. Well, senior right now. Alright, yeah. So I would have been just shy of 17. I'm the class of 2007.
Monarch, you're locked on. Monarch, you're locked on. Confirmed enemy kill. Monarch Fox 2.
Hell, I'm old enough to remember where I was when 9/11 happened. It was 7th grade. And I remember the teachers being real nervous and acting afraid.
Gives the all clear.
And they were trying to figure out how to tell the younger grades.
Reading says it's unstable. That bodes well. Copy, Ronan. How much is present?
I also remember us 7th graders hanging around the teacher's lounge because they had the news on over there.
One moment.
And kind of eavesdropping.
Stand up. Clean the scene. Everything you witness is confidential by Federation decree. Destroy it. Copy that. Ronan, exfiltrate.
Yeah.
You heard that, Monarch? Highlight a new target on your IFF. Blow it when they're out. Way ahead of you, Galaxy. You're covered, Hitman.
public high school.
Hold that thought. We've got inbound. Get north. Same areas before. Fighters approaching the flight to your direct south. Flash ident or we will flag you as hostiles.
Easy, easy. Flashing IFF. We're just the help, and by the looks of it, into the Burlock posse. You hired by those mercs in the fort, bud? Past tense now, I guess. We got no beer with you. It's your business, I'm sure you guys understand. Put me on, Galaxy. This is Assassin 1, call sign Kaiser. I'm the leader of the Sicario Mercenary Corps. We do understand your situation. Sorry about losing your revenue stream, gentlemen. But you know how this business goes. Don't sweat it. We're about to break off and go west anyway, towards Cascadia.
Cascadia?
Yeah, haven't you heard? Civil war against the Federation. Some rogue Cascadia ambassador has been island-hopping, dropping off contracts and information all day. Yeah, rebels need bugs, and I need a job. Master Goose 1, out. You see, that's a team name that sounds fun to have. Right, boss? Boss? Civil War in Cascadia?
Yeah, not...
Interesting.
Can you send me mods for PW? Sure, I can see it in my mod list. There's a lot of them. No, I think the
money came through
first
from this contract,
major
and our
world
opportunities in
event
this region
that
have
I
just about
actually
dried up.
can remember
If no one
happening
objects, and your contract with Sicario is still in effect, pack your bags.
the
I looked a little into the Cascadian situation.
Monica Lewinsky
I
scan.
believe we'll make a little something of ourselves there.
That is the earliest major world event that I actually can remember people talking about. Not that I really knew what was going on at the time, because I wasn't even 10 yet, but... I also vaguely remember people talking about something happening in Eastern Europe, but I didn't really pay attention until much later. Like years after the fact of the Serbia thing.
Sicario is moving west, ladies
Kosovo.
and gents. Information coming out of country.
So I remember people talking about it, Kosovo, but I had
let's
no
just
idea
say
what
there's a
Kosovo
demand for
was.
people of our pedigree. The Federation's been eyeing a takeover of Cascadia's resources for years, as far as I remember. And it seems the Cascadians weren't going to take it lying down, based on what
Wow.
has been leaked
Okay,
out.
Ross, you got both soft.
For those of you who don't know,
if you can
Cascadia is a nation
remember
along North America's western seaboard,
the fall of the
largest
Soviet
on
Union,
Earth,
even if
and
you
one of the
didn't
most prosperous
understand what it
due to
was
its
at the
abundant
time,
natural resources
you've
and
got us
geothermal
beat.
energy deposits. I've never been, but I hear it's beautiful. A country with limitless energy at its fingertips. I know some of us who were born out here in the periphery can't even imagine it, but I'm sure this hits closer to home for some of you. Moving along. There's a communications blackout both in and out of the country. And as far as the international news goes, nothing is going on except a few riots. Based on the mercenary networks, however, that is a complete lie.
Alright,
Full-blown conflict is proceeding.
have fun with Black Ops 6.
We've reached out and were given a rendezvous by a Cascadian
Alright, so
group
for
called the
this
Independence
mission, I think
Force,
we're gonna stick
the main
with
anti-Federation
Zombies.
group recognized by the national government. I presume the Federation has the borders on lockdown to stop people like us from coming in, so stay on our toes. If we get found out by a patrol, we'll send one of our flights off to take care of them.
Sicario is moving northwest towards a rendezvous point set by Cascadia's Independence Force. We don't expect any heavy resistance given our route of ingress. However, each of our fighter groups will be pulling shifts to preserve fuel and ammo.
Clippies.
Hitman team, you will be responsible for the last leg of the journey,
I'll look at
which will
it
take
later.
us over into Cascadia proper.
Yeah, I
Be
don't
prepared to
care
intercept.
anymore. We don't have Agile going on, so I'm not worried about it. Okay, so this is a pure intercept mission, so why not go with the intercept? We're gonna take railguns because fuck you, Federation, as well as Phoenix loads. And then we're gonna go with Schneek. I think Chinese Squadron might actually be my favorite of the Ace Zero enemy squadrons. Just because their squadron leader is a chill as fuck guy who just likes to fly. And unlike Mihai, is perfectly willing to take a civilian flight job. Because he's in it for flying, not fighting. Hashtag fuck Mihai. It's like, I wanted to... Mihai's whole thing is, I wanted to stay in the air and fly for as long as I possibly could. That's great! Get a fucking Cessna! First question, anime with Silver. Silver is also a good one. I don't like the fact that they use an F4, but Kellerman's great. He's a great character. Oh yeah, he was definitely the most dangerous one.
Targeting system updated to lock on Federation signatures?
I've had them programmed long before we thought about
See, what's that old saying? Beware old men in a profession where men die young.
I don't want to be the first to commit high treason, so on you.
As of yesterday, all inbound flights into Cascadia have been grounded or diverted away. If you're not secure,
Missile is tracking.
Mihai's story reminds you of the old knight archetype in some romances, the medieval genre, not the modern one. He's well past his prime. He's been surpassed, but is too proud to admit it. Yeah. Yeah, he definitely is. I mean, he fucking sold out humanity for his pride. I'm willing to bet that there was also Mobius 1 in there
too. Missile shot off.
Because remember, Nemo is player protagonist. Therefore, technically, all the protagonist aces are in Nemo. Technically. Basically, they'd have to be a player piece. And that's assuming that Nemo is still going to be canon. We don't really know what the status of Ace 3 is at the moment. It's considered canon due to lack of any other contradictory evidence. Nemo is not a robot. Nemo is an AI. Software. So he's more akin to a Geth.
We need specifics, Command. It's a smaller-sized mercenary group that specializes in aerial operations, active along the periphery. We're still combing through the records, but it's thin. Not equipped to deal with them. Send reinforcements. Copy, stand by. I've got a good toll on him. Mercenaries, huh?
Ow.
I thought we ran you a lot out after Oceana. Damn. This time, looks like we cannot let Mercenaries carry walk into Cascadia. Painting targets. Line 'em up, Monarch. There's smoke up in the cockpit.
Yeah, Nemo is limited to by the Air Force tolerances. But here's the thing. Technically, in game, Nemo didn't really have any limitations because it was just a simulation to begin with.
Perpetrators. Only 2 small flights. We can take 'em. Escorts. Roll into screening pattern Alpha. Federation airship tag marked.
It's a video game. Yep.
An airship
How far does the rabbit hole go?
Federation submariner. Logical deduction. We're taking this thing down.
But the way I see what's going to happen with Ace 3 is
Nice shooting, Monarch. Good news, still no win on the dogfight.
PA, or Bandai Aces, whatever they're called now.
You got him.
The Federation is doing in Cascadia.
They're going to retcon it
Okay, we've got contact.
so that while like the factions and stuff
Night comes. How do we return?
will still be around.
Confirmed. Welcome to Cascadia, Sicario. Follow us.
I don't think we'll get the intercorporate war as we know it. One, I don't think it'll be a simulation. I think it'll be the actual thing. And two, there's some variables that have been added since Ace 3 was developed, namely the rest of Strange Real. Because while the Usian nations could easily fall
Thanks to
under
your
corporate
efforts,
sway,
Sicario was able to rendezvous with our contact
because
and refuel for
they're
the
not
mission
very
ahead.
strong to begin with
You'll be heading
after
back out within the hour, so stay on your toes.
multiple
or else your time in
decades
Cascadia will
of
be
war
short-lived.
ravaging the continent, plus bearing the brunt of the Ulysses asteroid. Nations aren't exactly, I mean, aren't exactly a solid thing.
Hello, Sicario. I'm Captain Griffiths, otherwise
Yeah,
known as
I don't
Stardust.
think we're gonna have a
From now
1980
on, I'll be
style
your point of
main.
contact with the Cascadian Independence.
What I think we're gonna have
I was a
is
National Guard
corporate
pilot for the
influences.
Now I'm working with you. We're
Um,
pressed for time, so listen up. Cascadia's prosperity, our natural bounty,
Where
has always gone to support the
we'll
people.
have
For the
certain
last
government
3 decades, we have done
factions
this by our partnership
that are
with the Pacific Federation, providing aid and infrastructure
more or less bought
that's
and paid
fortunate
for
internationally. The
by,
Federation, however, in recent years has used the resources we provided
by
to
the-
forcefully expand by conquest and
the
military
corporations
strength.
of
We could not let
General
our
Resource
geothermal
and Newcom.
deposits fuel this war machine.
that I could see
Cascadia
where
as
like
a
the
nation sought
defense
independence from the Federation
contractors
outright, in
will
order to prevent the Federation
buy
from imperially expanding further.
and lobby
Unfortunately, they
certain
turned against us.
government
They have seen
organizations
fit to unify and
to
federalize
buy only their
Cascadian
shit and then
infrastructure
go
as
to
well.
war with the
When we
opposing
resisted,
side.
They turned the country inside out.
That I could see, but
we refused to let
actual
that stand.
corporations owning
So, here's the plan for you mercenaries.
military
right now.
forces, no.
In northern Cascadia,
I don't
Rosedower
see that
AFB was a joint base used by
So-
both the Cascadian National Guard and the Federation.
Long story short, I'm
When
pretty sure
hostilities
that the
took off, however,
intercorporate
the
war
Federation seized the base from the National Guard. Your objective
is
today is to take back the base
will
into
happen
our hands.
but
Hitman
it'll be
team will
completely
lead aerial
retextualized.
operations, wiping out any anti-air defenses. Circus, our transport aircraft
Newcom
carrying
bot
Sicario's
in the
airborne
USA.
troop element, will then
Yeah.
vector in and drop
I can
onto the
see it.
base to secure it.
Take care not to damage the facilities too much
I
during
mean, we already have a
Sicario and other
prototype
mercenary
for
elements will be
the
using this base
what
afterwards.
could happen with the
I'm sure you want to
intercorporate war.
operate from an actual base anyway. It's
The
good for some
Circum-Pacific
dirt
War.
So let's get rolling.
The Circum-Pacific War was a war between the nations of Osea and Yuktobania that was basically the strings of both countries were being pulled by one corporation. The South Belka weapons, the North Osea Grunder Industries. So, if one corpo can do that, why can't, like, Newcom and GR pull the strings of, say, North Point and whatever's left of Aruja and throw them against each other with the IUN caught in the middle. And then as the war progresses, Newcom with what's left. Yeah, Newcom will definitely have what's left of Aruja. But as the war progresses, the superpowers get drawn in. And by superpowers, I mean Osea, theoretically Yuktobania, Ameria. You know, those people that, might not want economic powerhouses taking control of countries and having them do their bidding. All I know is I'm glad that after the White House War, Osea finally did something intelligent and disbanded the Grunder. Also, do not snooze this ad break. Go ahead and let it go. The most realistic outcome of making more fuckery and fictions would happen to Umbrella and RE. An act of Congress nationalized them. Their assets were seized and they were dissolved. I mean, that's literally what happened to Grunder. After the Lighthouse War, Osea said, "We're done with your fuckery. You're gone." Alright, so for this one, we're gonna be using the Harrier. Grunder is what happens in Operation Paperclip. It's too low. Okay, that's what I thought you meant with Operation Paperclip. When NASA totally didn't hire like almost all the top Nazi scientists so the Soviets wouldn't get them. Yeah, that totally didn't happen. And it totally wasn't a plot point in Captain America and the Winter Soldier, which is how Hydra got infected into S.H.I.E.L.D. because, after the war, to prevent the Soviets from getting all the German scientists, we poached them first. Alright, so we're in ad jail. But we're going with the Harrier. We're gonna use MLA3s, MLAG2, and rockets. And let's see. No, that's ugly as sin. That's cool. Let's go this way. All right. As somebody's taking a quick break. Wingman's hair seems more kestrel. Wait, is there an actual aircraft called Kestrel? Am I wrong to say the 3 is kind of challenge? I need to see this. Hawker Siddeley P1127 and the Hawker Siddeley Kestrel FGA1 are the British experimental and development aircraft blended this Harrier. Yeah, aside from the nose bump, it does look more like a Kestrel than a Harrier. Good eye, Sovereign. I have seen Area 88. Yes. The OVA. Or not the OVA, but the series. Yeah. Also, Ross, I kind of was taking a break when we were going to add jail. Specifically, so you wouldn't miss it. Yeah, I was just hanging around the hangar. Alright.
Rose Tower AFB on the nose. Wingman, you're already warmed up, so you're back on point. Soften the place up, but try to keep the good stuff standing. Hitman team, engage. Approaching Rose Tower.
I'm not gonna lie, I do like the name Rose Tower. Oh yeah, the rockets are great on this way. It's just hard to use them all the time.
Monarch, hot countermeasures in evade.
18 I've seen somebody use the rockets to one-shot each phase of Kings.
Nails, fire away.
You're not wrong. Well, the closest thing we have to these rockets in Ace Combat, Ross, is Ameria's RCL. And I say closest because it's actually Project Wingman's weapons that are the weaker ones. Because the American RCL is like ungodly. That's the main reason why I say that if Strange Real Nations were D&D classes, Ameria would be the Paladin. Their military intelligence isn't that bright, but they have divine intervention in the way of our Lord and Savior RCL, and whenever they use it, it's literally divine smite.
Monarch ready to fire.
Let's see here. Cascadia, I think, would actually be the rogue. Because their biggest claim to fame is stealing the eminent domain. Also, for a large part of the war, they were fighting guerrilla style, a war of resistance. The pack fed. I mean, the easy answer would be a fighter. I'm not sure. I mean, if you want to consider Cordium Strikes to be a form of Divine Smite, I guess they would be anti-paladin or an Oathbreaker. Who do you think I'd win if it was a pack-fed versus any Strange Real Nation? Well, it depends upon the Strange Real Nation. If we're talking about Aruja, the pack-fed wins. If we're talking about Osea, Osea wins. Hear people go, well, Osea was hampered in the Lighthouse War by a weakened Aruja. Yeah. After... I'm explaining it. The main reason why Osea had trouble in the Lighthouse War wasn't because of anything that Aruja had.
What can we say, Stardust? You get what you pay for.
It wasn't terrorism, it was a strategic strike.
You know, in exchange for our good work up here.
There was no such thing as
Aruja hit.
You should know that.
I never flew these skies like you did.
Aruja pulled an Imperial Japan with Pearl Harbor, but this time they managed to hit the right targets.
In terms of resistance, we're patting down prisoners and electronics, but you're good, boss. Excellent work today, Hitman. You get first pick for Hang-On books. Hitman team, landing sequence. You lucky bastard.
But the main reason why Osea, I mean, even with what Osea had on continent, taking the Navy out of it because, yeah, the first strike took out Osia's Navy because they weren't fucking expecting it. But between the IUN and Osia's land and air forces on the continent of Usia, they should have steamrolled Arusha. The problem was,
but as far as
Arusha had help from the inside,
this isn't the worst we've
namely
been
Grunder.
The base didn't sustain too much
Grunder,
damage.
through
There's room enough for everyone,
the
even
EASA,
the
gave
freelancers.
Arusha
the
command codes
is now the collection of
to
true Cascadian
take over the
and when
ISA
the time comes, we'll
and
see
hack
Cascadia rise to its own
the
dominion
Ocean
without the
arsenal
Federation.
birds,
I've been instructed by
which
the
gave
remnants of
them,
our national
or which
government to be
turned the
your
entire
liaison for the
continent
duration of
into
your
a
contract
literal
with us,
no-go zone.
of which we've sent to Kaiser for you to sign later.
So,
To be
pretty much the
truthful,
entire
I
war,
don't agree
Osea
with
was
your way of
fighting
life,
its
but
own
you've come
shit.
to Cascadia to aid us, and for that, I can't complain. We'll pay you what
It'd
you
be
do,
like
as long as you give
if
us your best. Get settled.
France
We need you up in the air soon.
One last thing, everyone.
somehow
We're
was
going by our
able to
tag names for the
nullify
duration of this contract. I'm pretty sure my name is public
America's
domain,
ability
regards
to
Chicago.
get
However,
reinforcements
we've gone to great lengths
into
to
Europe,
keep yours hidden.
and then
If you
somehow
break it,
use our
it's on
own
your
Raptors
ass.
against
You know
us.
how bounty hunters are if they have a name.
Yeah, we would have problems with
Dismissed.
that. But Osea versus the Pacific Federation, Osea is not fighting themselves.
Listen up.
The Pac
We're
Fed
about
would
to
be
get started.
doomed.
A lot of
Yeah, the
mercenaries
Pac
from
Fed
around the world
have
made their way into the country,
multiple
as I'm sure you've seen.
airships.
However,
But here's the thing, Osea believes in quality, not quantity. One arsenal bird can take on an entire fleet
taken out by
of
Federation
FN
military
205s.
forces when we originally tried to force
Hands
them out
down.
of Cascadia. They came without mercy, eliminating more than 30% of our active forces. These last few weeks have been
Also,
disastrous,
if we're going on a
and we're
full
the
wartime
verge of
setting,
capitulating into a full-blown guerrilla war.
Osea is
We'd like to
essentially
avoid this.
the United
Because
States
of that, Sicario
with
will be deployed
all
immediately to several of our
the,
units currently in need of support.
the
Hitman team, you will be deployed to an agricultural area to the south.
manufacturing capabilities that America has. And if it goes on a full wartime setting, there is no way the Pac Fed can keep up.
The Federation is currently engaged.
I mean, Ross, if you're going to bring in Skykeeper, you also have to bring in
You might catch the
Longcaster.
Federation off guard. However, anticipate retaliation in short order.
Osea has some
Launch
shit
and
characters,
lift the
but they
siege.
also have some
If that
best.
battalion falls, our forces won't have enough manpower or command to organize again.
Some people say, regarding the prologue. The prologue alone, Osea was not fighting at its full strength because one, they didn't have. We were playing with the IUN, not true Osea. The IUN was hampered by the fact that there were multiple different government factions allied with each other, trying to do the same things, but all having their own agendas. Not really conductive to sound military strategy. But in a war with Sovereign was talking about how Arusha was able to use or smuggle MQ-99s into every single Ocean port, launch them, have the drones essentially take out 90% of the Ocean Navy while at port. That's what I meant when I said that Arusha pulled off of Pearl Harbor. But Osea demonstrated its manufacturing might by within 6 months, the Ocean Navy was back up to almost full strength. and they were shipping reinforcements and supplies back into the Yuzian continent. So all that drone strike did was buy Aruja 6 months. There was no way Aruja could win the Lighthouse War. I mean, I like to give Osea shit regarding their theoretical ineptitude, but the only nation that could theoretically give Osea trouble might be Ameria, but only in a ground war. But Osea is essentially a juggernaut. The scale from 1 to 10. Alright. So for uphill every way, we're going to go ahead and bring in the SKU-25. Well, some MLA-3s, and then MLA-G2s. Now let's go with Scarface. Well, that's why I gave the enemies railguns. But no, every major technological edge that you can say the Federation has access to, Osea either has a way to counter it or has access to it themselves. Or a better version of it. PackFed has Cordium. Osea has nukes. They also have missile defense systems.
I have no idea. Galaxy to Hitman team. I'm patching you through the Independence Force conference. Things are getting busy. You're free to engage any Federation signatures starting now.
Weapons and radar all operational, Monarch. Think we can afford to share a bottle of red at the end of the day?
This is General Elizabeth of the Independence Force. Anyone on this net? We need immediate fire support.
This is Hitman team. Detachment from the Sakana mercenary corps receiving you. Hang tight.
Yeah,
Coming in as flagged.
I'm pretty sure that a more even fight between the PackFed and a strange real nation would probably be PackFed versus Uktabani.
We asked for. Alcon, be advised. We have allied air support overhead. Lace target.
Although, if current events is any way indicative, Uktabani might actually be a big tough.
Those small junkies. How can we trust them? Cascadian hospitality.
Yeah, Uktabani is not Russia. That is true. But it's very much inspired by Russia.
There's countrywide interference present. I can't really track anything outside of the immediate AO. Does anyone know what's up with that?
That'd be a salon.
You're right, it's not.
The Ator Desert down south.
But if its government is anything like the real deal, it will. They actually see it. Turn up. I'm just saying, if it's anything like the real one, they will face corruption,
That's an order.
massive corruption,
Hey, you
which
still
is the
flying?
real reason why Russia in real life is
Hitman 1 slash 1.
always got the impression that Yuktobania was basically the Soviet Union that realized earlier that they couldn't keep up with Ossia under a communist-style totalitarian state, so they reformed instead of died. Adapt or die. Because that is one of the major reasons why the realized Soviet Union collapsed, because they literally bankrupted themselves trying to keep up with the United States in the Cold War. Welcome, Cross. You may have slept in, but you're still here. Although, how sad is it that one could say that fictional you is better than real? And by you, I mean the Russians. I mean, we could point to Yuktobania and tell Russia, hey, fake you is better than real you. Unless that's the genre that you're in. I mean, fiction often does deal with human frailty. Especially like Grimdark. That's the whole point. And oftentimes, almost every genre of fiction deals with the human condition. It's what differs is how said fiction shows their characters overcoming and dealing with the human frailty condition.
Silverback 1, we are tired of multitasking. Redirecting for area saturation in baseline yellow. This is 6U. Coasting in on
We haven't gotten there yet. If I mention something that can be a reference to Warhammer, it is clearly by accident, because I don't know Warhammer lore. In fact, I try and stay away from Warhammer because of the rabid fandom that tries to insert Warhammer into everything. I mentioned it before, but I like to do the factions compared, like who would win, the Federation or the Galactic Empire, and then a 40k bro comes and it's like the Imperium would stomp the shit out of both of them. Well, yeah, because the Warhammer power scale is insanely broken, and that is the correct answer, Sovereign, the Federation. The Frogfoot is this particular variant of the Frogfoot, the SU4 or SU25U, is carrier capable. I looked it up. Single Constitution class, glass of planet. Well, that's not why I say they would win, Sovereign. The Federation would win because of the transporter. That helps, yes. But it's the transporter. That is, quite frankly, one of the most single broken pieces of technology. It's only limited to the fact that it's blocked by ray shields. But, or blocked by matter shields. But you get a Star Destroyer, it's launching its ties, the matter shields are down. And you beam in an antimatter bomb into their reactor. Boom. That's it. Let's go. I think it's a Federation war. Oh no. Oh no. But another thing that also is a part of transporter technology, the replicator. Because think about it. What the Star Trek transporter does is it breaks down matter to the molecular level, carries it over to somewhere else, and then that somewhere else reconstitutes that matter into what it was. The replicator takes that a step further. It breaks matter down to the atomic molecular level, and then rearranges it to create entirely new matter, or a new form of matter. That is why money doesn't really matter to the Federation, because there's no scarcity. So they can literally, as long as they have access to a working replicator, they can make anything they want. As long as they have the pattern. So, oh no, we're running out of handheld phasers. No, we're not. We just made 50 million more.
Monarch ready to fire.
Hell, that's probably even better than the Orc superpower of from 40K, where they if they believe it to happen, it will happen, which is why the red ones go faster, because the Orcs believe it goes faster. The Star Trek replicator. Okay, thank you for lurking, Ross. But yeah, the Star Trek replicator is only limited by how much matter you have to break down.
Hitman Team RTB. We're reporting similar successes up and down Cascadia. If Monarch keeps racking up kills like that, we're gonna need a bigger offshore account.
Us versus the Federation. Yep, that's what we're doing now.
Hell, the only
No big deal, right?
limited resource that the Federation really has is basically people.
Monarch, and that's besides the point.
Complexion.
We're home.
Indicator doesn't
Been about a decade, but we're back.
Fair enough.
The goddamn New World Order.
But that's because Booze has one thing, one component that replicators can't really replicate, and that is time.
Team. General Elizabeth reports her tactical support.
In order to get the alcohol,
and a respectable amount of firepower,
it has the organic matter has to
by the rest of
ferment,
Sicario and other mercenaries. We've been brought back,
and that takes time as well as other.
Being able to maintain proper military formation and territory means we'll be able to wage this war the right way. Stand by for further taskings and get some rest.
Okay. And while replicated food canonically doesn't taste as good as the real deal,
we mercenaries at all, but unfortunately, what we
I will
hoped
take
was going to be a
replicated steak
bloodless
over an
eviction of the
MRE
Federation from our homeland has become an impossibility.
Presidia, Cascadia's capital, is falling. This afternoon, the first fully fledged Federation military units have come in from out of country to reinforce their garrisons here. Among them, a massive Federation naval fleet
so
has
we are
secured a
at
foothold
jail,
in the
so we're gonna
capital.
let the
Independence Force Command planned this
play.
rebellion to have been timely enough to seize, hold, and place defensive positions in key territories within the country before their reinforcements came. Unfortunately, with the new wave of Federation reinforcements, Presidia's main urban centers have been lost, and we can't afford to lose any more manpower at the moment. A tactical retreat has been declared. Sicario, you, alongside other Allied forces, will cover an immediate evacuation of our troops still holding out on the ground. By land, by air, and by sea, we are extracting from Presidia. Protect the evacuation moving out of the AO by raising hell and taking out any Federation units that are pressing on them. If we lose any more men, we might not be able to continue fighting against the Federation.
Presidia is where the fighting started in Cascadia. However, we refuse to have it be where it ends. Not like this.
replicators can
Hitman team,
canonically
we
down
expect
the
much of you in this
There's
coming
no
time.
difference whatsoever between replicating and real. Synthale exists because it's China, not because replicators came to here. Well, I mean, you're right, but multiple characters, Federation characters, especially in Deep Space Nine and Voyager, has said that real food tastes better than replicated food. Not that they're saying that replicated food doesn't taste bad. It still tastes almost like what it's supposed to. Enough that, unless you're doing it side by side, you can't really tell. But it's there. I guess it's like the uncanny valley of taste. I don't know. But the point being is, with that simple, that one piece of technology that most people just don't think about. Star Trek, and in particular the Federation, has basically broken the technological scale. The only reason why wars aren't decisively won in the Star Trek galaxy is because or at least in the Alpha and Beta Quadrant, is because every major faction in the Alpha and Beta Quadrant has access to the same transporter replication technology. So it's not that game-breaking of an issue. In the Delta Quadrant, Voyager can't really exploit the replicator transporter to its fullest extent because, well, they have to power their ship somehow, and replicators take power in the form of antimatter and other stuff, which they cannot replicate, supposedly. And I don't know about the game. I don't know if the Dominion has access to it or not, but yeah. All right, so for this one, we're gonna take the Hornet. And we're gonna take the RDBM and the Millennium 3. And let's take a quick preview of our colors. There's me. We've got Base Monarch, the Base Federation. I do like the cow print on the wings. The Cascadian Desert. this version of the Federation skin, which I think is better than this one. I just like the black stripe that goes down the fuselage there. We've got the Sicario blue. Needs to be a Saint Paradise. Yeah, I remember that line. Captain Sisko, Deep Space Nine. I know what episodes it's from. I just don't know the title. Then we got the Arctic Digital, the Edelweiss, and we got Groon, the Blue Angels, and Maverick. And we're gonna go with Groon. I mean, I love Star Trek Deep Space Nine. It's such a great series. Now this one. The blood of the Coven is thicker than the water of the... No, I don't.
Presidia on the nose, Sicario. Seems like the tactical retreat is in full swing.
I'm not...
I gotta live my entire life within those city limits. Give me the sky any day. This is the evacuation defense unit.
I do know blood is thicker than water, yeah.
That's our number, Sicario. Let's get to business. Hitman team, Sicario is spread out over the AO, so you are our busybodies. I'm holding all the stress calls, so hit them ASAP. Rebel HQ advises that we do not pass into the port section of the city. The Federation has a battle group north there. Getting a request for air support all up and down the board. Hitman, I'm picking the first for you now.
Yeah, that was...
Get there before the evacuation line gets going.
I thank my lucky stars every day that while my family had its rough patches,
You do your job and I'll do mine.
none of us were really exploited.
Once we hit the countryside, communications will go down progress. Reach out to you need to. Might be the last goodbyes, right?
Okay, the blood of the Covenant of Battle is thicker than the water of the womb is the full thing. And it's a religious phrase from the era of Crusades. Consider that before you use it in modernity. It's not a nice thing to say. Well, I mean, it does have some logic to it, the full thing. If they're talking about like the bond between your fellow soldiers, yeah, I could see that being thicker than family bonds, because you're actually fighting and dying with them. Great thing about English being a rather idiomatic language is that sayings can have multiple meanings. especially as time marches on. I haven't downloaded any mods for performance. At least I don't think I have. I did in the past, the Fumes mod, but I got rid of it because it made things a little bit too hard to control. I'm pretty sure I have it disabled. But I might have it. I'll have to. I'm at 75 Galaxy. I'm fine. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that if we go back and look at some of the vernacular, say, the Wild Wild West, their idioms, we would recognize the words, but we wouldn't recognize the meaning of the idiom. I don't have any examples off the top of my head. Ow! Fuck you.
Stand by. We're routing a solution to you now. It'll be too late by then. Prioritize armored units and specialist driven evacs. We won't make it long without them. Monarch ready to fire.
Oh, Seaways.
All units be advised that Presidium police forces are experiencing infighting. Engage only if necessary. Radar lock, take him down. Hitman 1 locked on. All Cascadian National Guards who remain loyal to the Pacific Federation, be advised to turn to assigned frequencies to maintain radio security. Search and destroy. Hitman 1 Fox 2.
I forgot. These players are one mistake, not two.
Copy all. Proceed as planned.
Guess has been playing A7.
21 on this net. We've secured territories where we have incoming hostiles. If we take this place, we can direct evacuation chopper traffic here. Use the Nexus cover. We can't afford to draw fire towards homes.
Give back, Black Ops. Welcome back.
Target down. Stardust, Sicario has secured its area separately. What's the call? Stand by. Sicario, we have large contacts inbound. Looks like an airship. Pick it. Ignore us. Damn. We're totally outgunned.
Well, this isn't an Nura, this is the Torah. You're gonna have to fill me in. What the hell is OBJ? I have been out of the Call of Duty first person. Oh, objective. Okay. Back in my day, there was really only 2 modes of Call of Duty. There was Team Deathmatch and Domination. I like Domination better because it's basically just like capture alt flag. But we didn't call it the objective, we just called it the flag. It was just got torched. We had an IFV platoon roll through it, so we're pulling back. We'll take care of this one. HQ, we can't get a coordinates on the secure channel. Where are we going? Hey man, it's that damn jamming. Just head north. We'll organize as best we can when we're out of here. Don't overextend. We'll get the stragglers over the next week. All we have to do is just secure the city. We're close. My IFF's down. I've got another thing. This song was your first introduction to PW's OSD?
Fox 2, Fox 2.
It's good. I think mine was Professional Execution from the Rose Tower fight. I know a lot of people that think the best sound or track on this is King's, which it's a good one, but I prefer Presidio. Partly because I don't think King should actually exist, story-wise. Yeah, clear skies would work well for blockade in AC4.
Missile is on the way. We've done all we can, Sicario. RTP to Rose Tower.
Alright. That's our...
It wasn't supposed to be like this.
Okay.
Thanks to you, casualties sustained during the retreat were minimized. We've lost contact with our final units within Presidia, so we can only assume the worst. We just have to remember their sacrifice to cover our escape. During the evacuation, we airlifted some of our most experienced fighters.
One of these days, I'm gonna have
with Federation defectors and civilians who wanted to join up with us after seeing what the Federation did to Presidia.
Pick the NOS
We're at the brink
or the
right
Nosferatu and just
the
start.
capital was a blow, but thanks to you, we can survive this.
Destroying
Stand by for your
all
next
their,
op orders.
or take the FS-15, and instead of having like MLAAs and all that stuff, just load everything up with either railguns or anti-ship missiles. And just, you know, go to town. I'm gonna have to try that one of these days. Maybe for a showcase. Alright, so the next one is gonna be Machine of the Mantle. And that'll probably be the last one we do.
The Federation's interest in Cascadia has always been
Shot
clear.
it.
It's as clear today as it was when we went into an association with them over half a century ago. Power, Our cordium deposits has made Cascadia an interest of the court.
Alright, yeah, I don't care about the briefing. We're not at jail. RDBM's been doing the job as anti-ships. I mean, yeah, the RDBMs are great, but what the anti-ship missiles do that the RDBMs don't is they're fire and forget. But now with the Nosferatu, I'd just be railgunning those things and ADMM. Okay, so this one we're going to take the Harrier again. Or Escipiter. We're going to bring in, speaking of anti-ships, anti-ship. AG2. AG2. I don't like this color, but I think it'll work for this mission. Licensing isn't like, oh, yeah. Yes, it is. Song of fit for this mission. I don't know. Oh, Strigan colors. I do have a Strigan SK-37. I mean, I've stated before, but if we're talking about flanker livery, the Strigan SU-33 is my favorite livery. I like it even better than yellow. And yellow is pretty damn good too.
We're getting reports from power plants up and down Cascadia. Small flights of aircraft slipping past the front line and hitting the geothermal industry.
Oh, I've got yellow too. Or yellow as well. It's just, I think Strigan had to be in one, according to the mod. Let me guess. Soul Squadron? I actually liked Soul Squadron's livery. Even Mihai's. I just don't like the pilot himself. In fact, you'll see it in the Ace 7 showcase when we finally get there. But I've downloaded mods for both the SU-30SM and XO2S that are basically Mihai's livery. I've got it set to the Strider skin. But instead of it orange, it's blue. Because it's like a trigger inversion. Squadron's fine. Yeah, the livery's great. And here, what is it that Indigo Leader says about being a knight? You have to have pride. You could say that Mihai is the dark side of the knight Ace style. Because they make it a point to say that the Knight Ace style is not you're a good guy. It's you're a prideful guy. Attacking the yellow target, you don't attack the yellow targets not because you're a good person. It's because they're not combatants, and that's beneath you.
If you want combat effective against air units, start evacuating. No need to get killed like this. Why are the rebels hitting their own resources? Because we're using it right now. Nice shot.
Nothing wrong with chivalry if it comes from a place of goodness. Like, if that's what's fueling your chivalry, great. But if what's fueling your chivalry is, you know, you being lawful evil, I mean, not exactly a virtue. You know, in hindsight, I probably should have gotten some anti-air weapons because of all these aircraft. Raz, why are you focusing on the aircraft? This is an anti-ground mission. Not even TTTs. Yeah, well, these guys are packing Sea-Wiz and railguns and ADMMs. I gotta take him out. I don't have to fight Crimson Diamond. I believe the saying is engagement not advised. Go ahead and snooze that ad break. You can, Sovereign. Or Cross. Thank you.
Trust me, it was much worse when we were a 5-man fight.
Fuck.
According to the kill feed, I guess Monarch's flying tonight then. I've got a walk.
God damn it! Fucking Sea-Wiz!
Search and destroy.
Yeah, if we're talking about ace styles that are probably the most good aligned, it probably is Soldier, because they're not going out of their way to take out unnecessary carnage. But they also don't see themselves as above everybody else. And those that can read the tide of battle. For them, they just want to end the war as quickly as and efficiently as possible so the killing can stop. They don't take any pride in their fighting abilities. To them, this is a grim necessity. And them excelling at their job just means that the war ends sooner so they can go home. Which is frankly how it should be. this thing can basically cover. Try doing that, and then I end up, you know, crashing.
Monarch ready to fire.
I'm pretty sure my problem is the altitude that I'm doing it at.
Ground unit destroyed. Positive tone. Adjust IFF to account for new parameters. Missile away.
Go ahead and let that one through. Granted, there's game time, but we're not in any dogfighting.
Enemy penetrating the count line.
I'm not flying for my life here.
Monarch missile on the way. Cleared for guns. Monarch missile shot. Ground asset destroyed.
Alright. As soon as that jail starts, we'll just fly around. And there it is. Okay, so we're gonna fly around and take a tour of the lava pits while people are in at jail. Because luckily, in Project Wingman, missions don't have timers. Ah, shit, they did it anyway. Well, fuck.
Crimson Squadron's on station. AWACS, is this them? The mercenaries? Affirmative. Drive these mercenaries out of the airspace, Crimson 1. Roger, tally-ho. Let's chase these dogs off.
Caution. Federation Peacekeeper Squadron Crimson Team.
We've got confirmed ID on these hostiles. We've got the Pangas Cascades Federation Peacekeepers.
There's some story of a dogfight with both fighters trying to avoid the stall speed. Yeah, that's pretty much every dogfight. If it gets to close quarters, each one's trying to force the other one to stall. Engagement not advised. Oh yeah, I'm not gonna try fighting this in the Harrier. We're getting the fuck out of here.
If you go any further, we will not have enough fuel to RTV. Fine.
Ross, if you like stories of dogfights, might I suggest looking into finding DVDs for the History Channel series
That was too close, guys.
Dogfights.
RTV. Me and the boss are going to have a
Great
chat with
series. I love it. Although, ironically, one of my favorite episodes
was certainly commendable.
isn't
If
really a dogfighting,
but the fact you garnered attention from the peacekeepers.
It's about the battle off Samar,
Peacekeeping
aka the
squadrons are
last
called in
stand
by
of
the
Tabu
Federation
3.
to absolutely lock down a nation from the sky. They are usually made up of decorated pilots and Federation devotees. Additionally, Crimson Squadron is the peacekeeping squadron specifically made to...
Alright, let's see. Do I have enough time?
Monarch and Comic, you're the only mercenary pilots on base at the moment, so this is your mission effective immediately.
Ready for
a few hours ago, the remnants of
potential
Cascadia's Coast Guard was able to
stuff,
board and raid a Federation battleship
yeah,
which
I'm
ran
gonna
a
need to
little too
get
close to
errands
Cascadia's northern
too.
coasts.
So
They have promptly christened it as the Eminent Domain.
we're gonna go ahead and
The Eminent Domain is a new battleship used by the
end it
Federation
here.
Navy.
So tomorrow, with the insanity of Victor Shepard, we're going to Novaria. We're gonna fight the Rachni and Matriarch Benezia. And that'll be in Mass Effect LE1. LE being Legendary Edition. Then Monday in Final Fantasy X, we're getting the airship finally, and then we're going on a world tour to obtain as many celestial weapons as we can. Next, we had Wednesday, the Floof and I in Remnant 2 will launch the final DLC on Narud. Thursday, we will continue the Ace Combat X canon run, starting with the Naiad in Icebound and going through at the very least to where we switch off to the F-22 shortly before Griswold. Friday in Mass Effect Andromeda, we're reaching the end of the game. We're going to do a couple side quests, and then this is the Naiad. Yep. And then we're going to launch the mission to find the actual Meridian. And then next week in Project Wingman, we will start with everyone's favorite mission, Eminent Domain. And we'll probably head through Valkyrie's Call. Maybe open season. I'm not sure which. It'll depend. But thank you all for joining me. I hope you had a good time. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a great weekend, everybody.